Turn it on with that one. Turn it off with that one. Turn it back on with that one. Turn it off with this one. Hey, welcome back, EM family. So today I have a video going to show you how to wire up a three-way switch. It's going to be two videos, part one and part two. Part one will be at the actual wiring up the three-way switch. So here you have basically three-way, a circuit for wiring up a three-way switch. At this point we only have one light, but this can be used for multiple lights. So the first thing I want to point out to you is identifying our load, which would be a condensate bulb or light. You want to call it that. So basically our load is going to be a light today, okay? And you see that load initially goes over to a 4 square box, okay? Inside of the box, you see a group of 3 wires. You see the leads coming off my light. Then you see 2 wires, another set of leads that have wire nuts on. Those will be my power. Right here, red, black, and white. That's going down. That's coming across, coming over, up, and out. Okay? And basically I just added wire in there so you guys will see that sometimes these boxes don't all the time look perfect like this. So I've added some wire there to kind of give you, so you will not be confused, but when I'm done, you'll definitely understand how to wire a 3-way as well as a 4-way switch into the circuit, okay? I'm going to begin with my first switch, which is opposite of my power. So here, I'm going to start here with my 3 wires, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip these back, get these all cleaned up. One of them, you can see they're already stripped. I have stranded wire for my number 12 on my red because I ran out of solid. So nevertheless, it works. There's a 3-way, people. 2 brass and a bronze, okay? So there's your 3-way switch. So I had some work on this one before, so I need to take that old wire off there. So if you go back, you remember my previous video, one was common and the other one was travelers. So the 2 screws on the 3-way, or the 2 terminals on the 3-way, represent your travelers. The ones that's the same, the 2 brass, my red and black as my travelers. And this is why I said my trick part of this was I had for you guys. Because I want to show you what basically what electricians will do. So I always split mine. It looks a little messy there, but let me see if I can get it now, okay? I'm gonna lock it down. Oh, that looks terrible. But I'm gonna lock that down. I'm hooking up my travelers first because I want to identify them. There's one traveler, my red. There's my second brass screw. And I'm going to put my second traveler on that, which I already identified as my, what the hell? Oh, as my black. Okay, and as I made a J hook, as I told you, there's one traveler. Put the second one on. There we go. It happens. Second traveler. Now, because my 3rd wire is a white wire, again, remember, this is not a neutral wire. This is what I'm going to use as a common. This is either going to go to my light or to my power. In this instance, this one I'm going to use in my light for this common. So remember, one side of 3-way on the common gets the lead from your load, which would be the light, and the other side of the 3-way will get now. And here's another, always a tip for you. So electricians, we like to communicate, and we call it simply painting our wire. So I have blue marker. So because I don't want this wire to ever get crossed up as a neutral wire, I'm just gonna hit it with some blue marker. So now this identifying this, that is not a neutral wire. I identified identified my common and I identified my travelers. So the first thing I want to do, so you don't get confused, is I land my travelers. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys landed. My J-hook, this guy here, I might want to give it a little more because it is stranded and it might fly everywhere. So, okay. So I'm going to twist it as tight as I can. Sometimes I use my clines to do such. I'm going to land my travelers first on my second switch. Remember, the brass color screws, my travelers. And what color I say they were going to be? My travelers are red and black. This is my first traveler. Red and black travelers. Bronze screw, bronze screw. Red and black, these must be consistent on both switches. Most times, the common problem is you use a red and black traveler on one switch and you use a white and black on the other. So as you see, my common of the red and black is landed on my second switch. That goes down and through to these two. This wire here is eliminated. It's just dead. So that's why it's important for you to identify your switch. And that's this guy here. So because I got 3 whites in here, I gotta make sure this one here is not a neutral. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint him. Travel from one switch to the other switch and you will find his leg. So in order to get this leg, I'm gonna move my neutral out the way. And I'm gonna land him on the black, which go onto my light. Then I'm gonna pinch them both, give it a little pull towards you, or straight down, and then twist. If you try to twist it without giving a little pull, you have a big knot there. So we're gonna get away from that. Now, what has happened here, there's my 3-way wires, okay? My 2 travelers, my switch leg that's coming off my first switch. And remember explaining to you, one common gets a switch leg. So I brought that switch leg all the way through. There's my second switch. There's my second common. And what did I tell you it get? It gets the power. So here's my power lead. Right here, the black one with the wire nut. I always put wire nuts on my power so I'll know. I'm going to land my neutral. I'm going to land my neutral wire. Blue on there, cause like my blue wall off a little bit. You can use blue tape, red tape, whatever color you need, but you need to change the color of that wire. And you land it first on that switch, on that leg of that load, so that you don't get confused with a neutral. So this is just communicating to whoever the next person is in this box. So now having this, I'm gonna separate him. Okay, now for my neutral, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna land him, which I did, well not landing, but got him folded. Let me get him in here now. I'm gonna get my switch inside of my mud ring. I'm gonna lock him down now. And one side of my common wires gets my switch leg. One side gets power. So because this is not energized, there's no power on it, always disconnect where possible before you work on this stuff. Made my J-hook on my second brass or common, just like this. Keep a little tension on the switch itself and it'll pull it to it, but you always want to turn it in the direction you turn your screws. So now it is landed. Turn it on with that one. Turn it off with that one. Let's turn this guy off with this one. Let's turn it back on with this one. So we turn it off. Let's turn it back on with this one. Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate your support. See you next time.